top three for me. There's two that stand out in here, and there's two that stand out in Unit 1 down there. So I'm gonna have to narrow it. I'm gonna have to narrow it down a little bit, aren't I? I think the first for me of my, we'll keep it at top three. I think the first car for me, for my top three, will be something that no one would ever envisage, but it's down here. Come and have a look. Now, we were Skoda dealers for a number of years, so forget about the Lamborghini. Skoda. So you walk past the Lamborghini and you come up to a Skoda. There you go. What a fantastic little car. Absolutely brilliant. Just smells like a brand new car. At 7,000 miles, it basically is a brand new car. So yeah, we didn't do much in the way of workshop work or sales work on these. When we took the Skoda franchise, it was just as these were going out and the fabrics were coming in. So we kept all the tooling for them, but didn't actually do much work. We bought one for my grandparents. My dad's mum and dad had one. I can see him in it now, a light blue one, little Skoda. He enjoyed it actually, the granddad, I think. But at 7,000 miles, yeah, what a little darling, absolute darling. And obviously the back window there, that was their claim to fame. They won and won and won and won just about every rally they went into in their class. They finished every event. They won their class every event. They are 15 RAC rally class wins in 15 years. There you go. That was their claim to fame. They won everything. Brilliant. In fact, this morning, someone dropped me a message on my phone this morning. An ex-work Skoda has just gone under the hammer at an auction house. And they were hoping it was us and we'd sold it. And I said, no, sadly, it wasn't us. And then walked in this morning to have our usual run round. And there's a lovely Estelle here. Yeah. So that would be on my top three. I haven't got a clue what it would make. I'm guessing it's probably going to make around £3,000, I would think. I think that's probably where it's worth, what it's worth, three and a half thousand, I would think. But what a lovely little car for that. So that will be my first of three for this sale. You can't help but love it. It's just a lovely little car. And then the other two, unfortunately, are down in Unit 1, so we'll have to have a wander down there and have a look in Unit 1 for the other two. Right then, guys, so number two on my top three for this sale. We picked some sort of modern bits, haven't we? Ish. I know, we're just talking about that. You say it's modern, and you look and think, well, it's 25 years old. It's hardly a spring chicken. First one being the Estelle up at Unit 3, which I think is a cracker. Second one being over here, being the little Peugeot 205 GTI, which again, you cannot fail to love. A lovely, lovely little car. That is an absolute cracker. I said in my video, Jack, I think, took some photographs, and Jack and I did a video of the car when it first arrived. I personally would put it onto the smaller pepper pot style 1.6 alloy wheels. It's on 1.9s at the moment, which is fine, great, but it's just down to personal preference. I would put the 1.6 alloys on, try and find a nice set of Peugeot factory fitted mud flaps. So I would mud flap and wheels, but that's just a personal thing. But basically, she's an absolute darling. I know it's difficult for you guys because you've got the big camera, but if you could look underneath that car, the underside is every bit as nice as the top side. It's one of those cars you could flip over and probably sell better upside down, that car, because they made the most superb job underside. Inside as well, it's locked up unfortunately at the moment. We lock everything up in here. The seats, the carpets, the trim, the bolsters, everything inside's lovely. There's no major wear on any of the components in there. Steering wheel, pedal rubbers, gear stick, all that type of stuff. Lovely. It just is. I think probably the nicest little Peugeot 205 GTI we've had, or Peugeot 205 full stop. That is, if I was looking for one to put in my collection, I like the 1.6. I prefer it over the 1.9. I like the little 1.6. That ticks all the boxes. I had a red one, 1.9. I had a red one exactly the same as that. We all look back with rose tinted glasses a bit. We always want to go back to what we had before. And I had a year or two with a lovely bright red 1.9 Peugeot GTI. So yeah, that would definitely be a contender if I was looking for something like that to put in the garage. That's cracking. And like I said, I would just personalise it myself with the wheels and the mud flaps and things. But the little 1.6 is a lovely little engine. So that's my number 2, the Peugeot 205 GTI 1.6. A lovely car. I would have absolutely no qualms whatsoever in dragging anybody anywhere to see that car. I don't think for a moment they would be disappointed. I think they would say and agree, lovely. So that's my number 2. Number 3 is very unusual. In fact, we spoke about it briefly on camera before. I can't honestly remember us having a Uno Turbo ever. Paul seemed to think we did. I don't remember one. So the little Fiat Uno Turbo, which were pocket rocket in the same really era and the same sort of compartment as the little Peugeot 205s and the XR2s and Astra GTEs and XR3s and all the rest of it. Fiesta RS turbos, Renault 5. I had a nice one last time. I think they were a Raider Renault 5 GT turbo. You just do not come across Fiat Uno turbos. Not everyone's cup of tea, I know, but on the rarity scale, off the scale, really. Yeah, off the scale. So just because of that and the fact it's very, very smart, nicely presented, that's got to be my number 3. You just do not come across Fiat Uno turbos. So that little Uno there would be my final one. Wants a little bit of an improvement here and there, nothing much as far as I can see. Obviously we don't start putting them on a lift and turning them upside down and all that jazz. 1 or 2 little bits of cosmetics, but nothing like the mirror backs. I just want painting. Again, inside I think it's nice. I had a quick look when it first come in. I think it's all been locked up now. Yeah, we tend to lock them up almost as soon as they come in, just to stop people from messing about with them, really, because they're other people's pride and joy. So we've got to be very protective of them. And I won't apologise for that, because if it was your car in, I would be just as protective. So, but when you do come down during the viewing period, which opens on the 7th, then all the lads wear a different cap, and they will then have time to open the car up, show you the car, start the car, and then you can go upstairs, go through any paperwork that the office has up there, and just do your checks, make sure it's one for you. But the little Fiat would be my number 3. So that's my 3, that's my little roundup of October. The Estelle, completely unusual, I know. The little Peugeot, a beauty. Number 3 being the little Fiat Uno. So there's my top 3. We'll catch you next time. We'll see you later.